Hi, this is Vatsal, your chess coach from Chess Junction. This is the next part of the Endgame Checkmate series, the most difficult one of them all. Yes, you guessed that right. It's Bishop and Knight Checkmate, or as some of you would like to call, the horsey camel mate. So let's get started. With the two bishops, it's so much easier as one controls dark squares and other the light squares. It's not like that in this case. So, the first rule of thumb is to keep both of them on the same color complex. As knight controls the opposite colors of the place he is on, that is, if he is on a light square, he will control dark squares and vice versa. So, in this case, we should place both of them on the same color as they would work together in harmony, as one minor piece, namely the bishop, will control light squares and other the knight, the dark. So step 1, let's push the opponent king away from the center. So let's lead the way with your king as a good general always does. King h2, king e5, king g3, king e6, king f4, king f7. So step 2, get your pieces on the central squares. Must keep them on the same color complex. Bishop d5 check, king f6. Now it's our knight turn to go on e4 square. Knight h3, king g7, knight f2, king f6, knight e4, king g6. Now it's our king's duty to push the enemy king back. King g4, king h6, king f5. So now black king has two options, either to go on g7 or on f5. Here comes the second rule of thumb, or the first rule of thumb of your second hand or something else, and probably the most important one. That is, the black's king or the enemy king will only get checkmated in the corner of the color of your own bishop. That is, in this position, he will get checkmated either on the h1 square or on the a8 square. So let's see. The most tenacious defense as per this rule is for the black king to go on g7 and then on h8, the wrong colored corner. Let's first see what happens if he doesn't follow this. King h5, bishop g8, king h4, bishop f7. Now we won't let him escape to that corner. A sample line goes like this. King h3, king f4, king h4, bishop g6, king h3, bishop h5, king h4, bishop e2, king h3. We can see the minor pieces are on the same color and create a barrier. Now it's our king's turn. King g5, stopping king h4, king g2, king g4, king h2, bishop f1, a star move, further reducing black king's mobility. King g1, bishop h3. So in this position, knight controls the f2 square and bishop the f1 square. So the black king cannot escape. King h2, king h4, king g1, king g3. King also joins the party. King h1. So now the most important part. Bishop can control the corner square h1. So let's control the g1 square with the help of our knight. Knight d2, king g1, knight f3 check, king h1, the only move, and bishop g2, check and mate. So let's get back to move number 9 when he played king f5. We saw that what happens if he doesn't go to the corner. So now let's check the most tenacious defense. That is king to g7. We play king g5, king h8. So now we have to kick him out of the corner with the help of our knight, which we would place on, yes, the f7 square. Knight g3, king h7, knight f5, king h8, king f6, and not king g6, which is a stalemate and a draw. So, yes, king f6, king h7, knight d6, king h8, and finally knight f7, king g8. So the next step is to kick him out of the g8 square with the help of our bishop maneuver. Remember this. Bishop e4, king f8, and bishop to h7. This is the most important position we would encounter. You should exactly know how to convert this into a win. King e8. And now the main concept, the W maneuver by our knight. In this position, till the end, now our knight will move in a W way, that is from f7 to e5 to d7 to c5 and then to b7. Let's see how this works out. Knight e5. Now black king has two options: to try to remain in the corner with king f8 or try to escape the other way with king d8. First, let's see what happens if he is persistent. King f8, knight d7 check, king e8, king e6, supporting our knight, king d8, king d6, king e8, trying to escape, but now bishop g6 and he can't escape. So king d8 back, and now bishop f7, waiting move. Now we have exactly the same position we had few moves back, but this time just two files shifted to the left. So let's continue. King c8, knight c5, the W maneuver continues. King d8, knight to b7 check, king c8, king c6, king b8, king b6, king c8, bishop e6 check, king b8. And now the final nail in the coffin. The black king is stuck in the corner. So let's get our knight to a6 so that it controls the important b8 square. Knight to c5, king a8, bishop d7, an important waiting move. Or you could place it anywhere on the c8 h3 diagonal. King b8, knight a6 check, king a8, the only move, and boom, bishop c6, check and mate. Such a picturesque mate. So let's see the other try by black at move number 18. After knight e5, if he tries to play and escape the other way via king d8. In order to continue our W maneuver, we bring our king to e6 so that it supports the d7 square. So now king c7, he tries to escape, but we have knight d7 continuing our W maneuver. King c6, still trying to escape via b5. Now we play another important move, bishop to d3. With this move, our knight and bishop creates a barrier. Knight controls the c5 and b6 square, whereas our bishop controlled the b5 square. So king c7, bishop e4, intensifying the barrier. King c8, king d6, king d8, bishop to g6. Similar position we reached a few moves earlier. King c8, knight c5, king d8, knight b7 check, king c8, king c6, king b8, king b6. We saw that what happens after king c8, that is bishop f5 check and so on. So let's see for king a8. Bishop f5 still controlling the c8 square so that he can't escape. King b8, knight c5, king a8, bishop d7 waiting move, and then king b8 the only move, knight a6 check, king a8, And yes, bishop c6, checkmate. So, that was all from my side. Keep practicing and learning. Next part of the video will be out soon. Let's drop the beat.